based on the tariff that was shown just now, or based on your book, first 1,000, how much is the premium? Based on the tariff. $304.20. Okay, then what's the balance?
So it's 300,000.
Next, 299K. That equals to how much?
So 299 divided by 1,000, you get 29.
Correct?
Yeah.
What's the no claim discount?
0.
0.
Yeah. Means claim for 3,000. Is the 15% is always the standard, is it?
Yes, tariff.
Tariff, huh? So it's always 15%. Alright, so that's 450.
That
450. 2,000 times.
okay. Then strike right civil commission.
Sorry?
Strike right and
So
civil
that's
commission.
300,000
Okay.
times 0.8. 900.
Flood.
1,500. Summative times 0.5%.
I had to go to, I've got my MITRE fixed, so that's where I was.
Okay.
Third, liability to passenger,
So it's based on the
third party premium.
tariff is 99 ringgit.
Okay, you take from here, huh?
Yeah. Times divided.
Third party premium.
Yeah, 99.
Okay, the first 1,000 is here, then your subsequent 299,000 you have to take from here at $26 per thousand. Okay, then the no claim discount is 0%. Okay, windscreen based on the tariff is 15% of the value of windscreen, sum insured on windscreen. Okay, strike, right, and silver promotion 0.3% on the sum insured.
So that is also tariff, right?
That's also tariff. All these are tariff. Motor class is tariff. Okay. Flood 0.5% on sum insured. Okay. Third party liability. Third party liability to passenger 25% of third party risk. So this car is fall under this category, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right? So you take 25% of 99.
24 ringgit 75 cents.
Oh, got some more. Sorry.
All drivers. All drivers also standard, is it?
All drivers extension is 50 ringgit, but there's a condition to all drivers extension. All drivers extension can only be granted to
Companies.
corporate insured. Okay, individuals, policyholder, you are not entitled to the all drivers extension. Okay, but the premium is fixed at 50 ringgit. Okay, what else you need to charge here? Don't forget this.
GST.
Okay, 6% on 11,000, $2.95. Any more charges?
Stamp duty.
Stamp duty, kan?
Stamp duty also standard 10 ringgit, right?
Yes, currently $10 per policy. 6167. Okay, this is the formula to use. Premium less NCD, add the periods, then you have your the additional premium, then you have your total premium, then you have to add your GST and stamp duty. So insured required to pay so much. Okay. Same example. If you use this is the current tariff. This is the current tariff. What is shown in the book is outdated. Okay, this is the current one in use.
Do we need to amend it?
Sorry?
Do we need to amend, right? Do we need to amend it?
No need. This just the concept, so you all understand the concept. But when you calculate the premium, please don't refer to this book, but look at the new tariff. Okay, you must always use the current tariff. Okay, so under the current tariff, just now what we work out is before the revision. This is the revision. So now here you have the first 1,000 is 327.60. Okay. So the next 26,000 is still the same. 77 what? 777. Okay, NCD is same, windscreen the same, 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 here is different. Okay, so now you have to take what?
Third party will be 41.85 cents. 41.85.
So this is same. Hmm. 8101 plus 410 plus 900. Okay, based on the new tariff, the current, not the new tariff, the current tariff, I won't call it new tariff, current tariff, right? How?
Correct.
What if the ABC company is enjoying 55% NCD, 55% no claim discount?
55%.
Yeah, what will your premium be?
Okay. 55%, huh?
Okay? If the insured is enjoying 55% no claim discount, then you minus this figure here. Right? Then your final figure will work out to be this figure. Okay, that's how you do the premium calculation on your motor policy using the motor tariff. Now we move on to fire tariff. Okay, how many of you know how to use the fire tariff? Okay, this is how the rating section of the fire tariff looks like, section 4. You have your trade code here. This is called the trade code. This is the description of the risk. Right? And fire tariff, another thing that you need to know is the construction of the building. 1A, 1B, 1A, 1B, 2, 3. Okay? And if you look at the fire tariff, these are the warranties applicable for the various category of risk. Okay? For example, if your property is a dwelling, okay, you use code 101, right? Depending on the construction, you need to know what is the construction. Okay, there are 4 categories of construction, and then this is the warranty applicable. Now, you look at trade code 1008. Okay, that's for flats and apartment. What is significantly changed? Of course, the rates are different. Right? And then the construction. Here, what you need to know is to distinguish the construction class, which is not described in the book. Construction class, how you distinguish between 1A, 1B, 2, and 3. Okay? For easy understanding, you just imagine 1A, you look at our current high-rise building in Malaysia. All our high-rise building in Malaysia currently complies to 1A. Okay, high-rise building. Okay. 1B. As far as high-rise building is concerned, you hardly find any building qualifying 1B, because the difference between 1A and 1B is only the floor separating the various levels of the building. Okay. Under 1A, the separation of the floor must be non-concrete or non-combustible material. Okay. Under 1B, it can be combustible material. Okay. This you will find in the old section of the town, especially whether it is city or even some of the smaller town, where you find that the outside facade of the building is bricks. Okay, but when you walk in, when you go to the first floor, you will find timber flooring. Okay, so this you won't find in all the new buildings, but in the older buildings, that is 1B. Okay, 1A means the wall must be brick, concrete or non-combustible material, roof non-combustible material. Okay, flooring also non-combustible material. 1B is brick wall, concrete wall, roof, non-combustible material, intermediate floor level, not concrete. That is 1B. Construction class 2. Construction class 2 is buildings that are half brick wall, half timber wall, or non-combustible material. Okay, that also you can still find in the main city, because now a lot of buildings, especially factories, you have the lower portion of maybe up to 8 feet, brick or concrete, then the higher part is all those metal cladding. That is 1B. Okay. Class 2, half brick, half timber. Sorry, that's class 2. Okay. Class 3, your wall is combustible material. Non is combustible material. Okay. Open-sided shed comes under class 2. Open-sided shed. Okay. So this is the addition you need to know when you look at the fire tariff. Right? The building construction. Okay. Other than that, you just go to the trade or occupation classification. Then you go horizontally. Then you will get the rate. Okay. Now, based on our book. Based on our book, page 116, okay, we have the insured, then we have the location of the risk, then we have the construction of the building. Okay. Under here, under this information given, the building falls under what class construction? Okay, so based on the description of the construction, it comes under 1A. Okay, then we have the trade. Right? It is printing and book publisher. Okay, then we have the sum insured, the breakdown in sum insured. Okay. This particular application, they have a building, they are covering the building, they are covering the plant and machinery, they are covering stock, they are covering office equipment. Okay, and these are the additional perils that the insured also wants to cover. Right? Bursting and overflowing of water tank, apparatus and pipes, electrical installation clause B, right strike and malicious damage, and flood. Right? So they have the fire peril, and you have 4 additional perils covered. If you look at the tariff, you look at the trade. Let's start. We look at the trade. Okay, we know it is comes under this trade category, paper and printing. Right? So our so-called applicant comes under which category of the? Under paper and printing, you have two categories. Okay, you have printers, magazine, and periodical, and books. So which category will it fall under if you look at the tariff? Printers, book publication. Okay? So when you look at the tariff, $2104 printers, 2124 magazine, periodical, book printing. So when you have more than one trade description, Here is more than one trade description, isn't it? You need to always take the higher risk when you look at the tariff. Okay, the higher risk. Right? The rule is you take the higher risk. Right? Here you may not be able to see it because they are only highlighting on the one that you want to use. Okay, if you look at the actual tariff, missing. 2014 is missing. 2104, is it? 2104. Two one 2100. Sorry? Pull down. Sorry, here 20. Under paper and printing, you have three categories. So, which is the correct line you need to choose? Right? The rule is the higher risk. Okay? If there's more than one trade description, the higher of the risk. So when you look at our insured is printing and book publishing. Right? So printing and book publishing comes under, if you look at this tariff, it comes under it's not considered as paper carton box. It is either paper product or printer. Here they don't have that magazine. So if the nearest, you have to choose between these two. Which is the higher risk? 2104 is the higher risk. Okay, so you will have to take the rate based on this. Though it's also printing, you cannot use this because you have to take the higher risk. Okay. But you see, even the rates in the tariff have changed. His 2124. He's showing 2124. But the rate is using this rate. Okay, if I were to look at this tariff, okay, not what is found in the book, I will go for this because this is paper product. Our insured is printing and book publishing. Printing and book publishing, you will fall under this category. Okay, you will come under this one. So the rate they apply is still correct. Okay. So based on the tariff, how do you work out the rates? How do you work out the premium? Okay, we have determined that we are going to use trade code. 2109. 2109 printers. Okay. Based on the description of construction, brick wall, is it? So this will fall under 1A or 1B?
1A.
Sorry?
1A.
1A. Any objection? Okay, everybody agree on 1A. Okay, then the sum insured, building. Then we have plant and machinery. Then we have stock in trade. Then we have office equipment. Okay. Then we have the additional cover, BOW, bursting, overflowing of water tanks. Then we have electrical installation, B clauses. Electrical installation, there are two clauses, A and B. Then we have right strike, and malicious damage. Then we have flood. Okay, a little bit more detail about this electrical installation clause. Electrical installation clause, as I say, there are two. One is called A, one is called B. What is the difference between these two clauses? EICA, EICB. EICA means that if the fire starts from that electrical equipment, okay, that electrical equipment that starts the fire is not covered under the policy. The resulting fire damage is covered under the fire policy. Right? Electrical installation clause B will include that machine that starts the fire. Okay? So basically, if you have installation clause B to say that, for example, if the office, in our office environment, if the photostat machine starts the fire, under clause A, that photostat machine is not covered. Rest of the fire damage is covered. Okay? But if you have clause B, all the damage is covered, including the machine that starts the fire. Okay, that's the difference between clause A and clause B. Okay, based on this example and this tariff, what is the basic rate? Basic fire rate. We use printers. Right? Construction 1A. Okay. So the basic rate is 0.190. Okay, here are the periods. They have we have the BOW. Then we have the flood. This is the rate to use now, flood. Then we have the EICB is here. EICB is here. EICB, you will only take the sum insured on the plant and machinery. Right? Here it is 200,000. Okay, this is the rate to use. Okay, then we have RSMD, others. What else? Sorry? EICBs, right? Flood, yes, we have taken flood. Okay, flood, this BOW, we actually have a building more than 5-story, building less than 5 stories. So in this particular premises, our building is, they didn't say anything, so we assume that it is not more than 5 story for this purpose. This one is a special rating tool that we use. So down here we have a rate of 0.19. Okay. Plant and machinery. Yes, now we saw it as 0. $0.56. RSMD is 0.14. $0.014. Flood is 0.086. BOW is 0. .06, 0.056. So you, for this basic premium, you have to take this . times this. This is the rate to use. So you have 1,558, okay, for the basic premium. Okay. Then you have your additional period. You have your RSMD, which is this one, which is equals to 114.8. Okay, times RSMD. Then you have your bursting and overflowing of water tanks. Then you have your electrical installation clause. Okay. Then your flood. Okay, that's how you work out the premium for your fire policy. Okay. So the basic sum insured here times 0.19%. Okay. You get this. Then your extension for the bursting and overflowing of water tanks pipes 0.06 times the sum insured. EICB 0.056 times the sum insured of the, sorry, this is not this is 100, not this 100. This is 100. Okay, 56. RSMD, this rate times the sum insured, you get this. Flood, this is the rate times the sum insured, you get this. So the total premium is this. Okay, that's how you work out the fire premium. Okay, any question on this fire premium? I see whether I can use this. We have This particular tool is for special rating, so you cannot use this to calculate the normal premium. You can only use this to calculate when the risk is more than 30 million. Okay, for this tool. This tool is meant for risks is above 30 million. But I'm using this tool to draw out the tariff rates, just to draw the tariff rates on the extension. Okay, now you can compare the rating on the board against this slide. But the trade code has moved. Based on the tariff is a different code. Now we look at the policy contract. Okay, insurance contract is same meaning as policy contract. Okay. Basically, insurance contract is an agreement of promise between the party providing the insurance and the party buying the insurance. Okay, it is legally enforceable between the two parties. Okay, the party that is buying the insurance is called insured. The party that is providing the insurance is called insurer. Okay. In agreeing to consider accepting the insurance, right, what we call, when we look at the law of contract earlier, there must be offer and there must be acceptance. Okay? Then there must be premium consideration. So that is where the premium consideration, the premium the insured pay is called we call consideration here. Okay, the premium is called consideration. So in return for the agreed premium, that's based on this example we showed earlier, $2,633.50. That is the premium the insured is to pay. Okay, in exchange we cover them against the risk of fire plus the additional perils to that agreed value. Okay, if your building is damaged totally, the compensation is 500,000. If your plant and machinery is damaged completely, the sum insured is 100,000. Right? If your stock is damaged completely, it's 200,000. Okay? If your office equipment is completely lost, it's 20,000. Right? And additional peril cover is bursting and overflowing of water tanks, pipes and apparatus. Okay, that's up to the value of the sum insured. Okay, and the electrical installation clause B is covered up to a sum insured of 100,000. The right strike malicious damage extension is covered up to the sum of 820,000. Flood is also covered up to 820,000. Okay, that is the agreed undertaking. Okay, and normally insurance contract in general insurance is 1 year, normal period. Okay, 1 year. Okay, the promise of the insurer to the insured is, I will pay you those sum insured mentioned. That is the maximum amount payable. Okay, always remember the principle of indemnity. Okay, if there's a loss, okay, they are not supposed to bring a profit, and they are supposed to be indemnified up to the level before the loss happened. Okay, but the maximum is the sum insured. Okay, and it must be an insured period that causes the loss. Okay, like if it's a flood, then if your policy has extension to flood, that is covered. If your policy don't have extension to flood, it's not covered. Right? Okay, indemnity policy only applies to the general insurance policies except life and personal accident policy. Okay, but life and personal accident policy are considered benefit policies. All the other classes of general insurance is indemnity policies. The sum insured that we were talking about is fixed at the beginning of the period of the policy or before you sign up the policy, and that must be adequate to cover the value of the property throughout the period of your policy cover. So when you fix your sum insured, okay, you must take into consideration inflation. Okay? Anticipated exchange rate increase if your property is base is from overseas, you have to buy it in foreign currency. So you have to take all this into consideration when you fix your sum insured. Okay, and then how much premium to pay will depend on the period selected. So in this case, in this particular example that we have just worked out, we are covering the period of fire, we are covering the period of bursting and overflowing of water tanks and apparatus, we are covering the period of right strike and malicious damage, we are covering the period of flood, and the period of electrical installation. Okay, B clause. That is the period that we are covered. Okay? And the loss must be an unforeseeable misfortune to the insured. Sure to happen, not covered. Okay? What is the, you know motor accident, huh? You see a lot of motor accident, but is it 100% of all the cars got accident? Even though you see a lot, but it's not, okay? The current rate of accident is 7%. Current rate of accident, okay? Out of 100 cars you insure, 7 policies will result in having a claim made against the policy. Just now, when we work out the example on the fire case, we need the information, isn't it? We need the information. Okay, where do we get this information? Okay, in normal circumstances, the insurer will ask the insured to complete a proposal form. Okay, but if you are dealing through a broker, the broker will provide the schedule of things to insure. When the insured submit the proposal form to an insurer, okay, that proposal form is part and parcel of a legal binding document between the proposer and the insurer. Right? In order for the contract to be valid, there are certain criteria to comply. Okay, number one, the insured must have insurable interest. Right? Number two, insured is supposed to declare to you all the material facts. Okay? You must ensure that the sum insured is adequate, otherwise you will be penalized by underinsurance or average clause may apply. Right? how does the insured transmit this information to the insurer? If the insured deals directly with the insurance company, then of course from the insured to the insurer. But in practice, we have intermediaries between the insured and the insurer. This is what we call agent or broker. Right? So the insured can submit his information through the broker or through the agent. Okay, under the Financial Services Act 2014, okay, it is the responsibility of the insured to.
2014, 2013.
Sorry.
The Financial Services Act is 2014, 2013.
Should be 2013 implemented. 2014 should be 2014. Framework is 2013. Then the book is. I think it's 20. Let me verify this. 2014 or 2013. Okay. Under Section 9 of the Financial Services Act, the proposal is responsible to provide the information of the material fact. Okay. Now, if there is any unfair practice by the insurer, the insured can refer the case to Financial Mediation Bureau for settlement. As far as proposal form is concerned, there is no one proposal form generic for all products. Okay, each product will have its own proposal form. Right? If you are taking out motor insurance, then you have a motor proposal form. Okay, under motor proposal form, there is also subdivided. Okay, you have the private car proposal form, you have the commercial vehicle proposal form. Okay, you have the motorcycle proposal form. Okay, some company even split it down further. Okay. Private car comprehensive proposal form, private car third-party proposal form. Okay. That is up that level. The insurance company they can come out with a subdivision, but basically each class of policy, where we call major class of policy, have its own proposal form. Okay. The proposal form, in addition to being a requirement under Financial Services Act, it also acts to provide the underwriter with access to the information of the risk. Okay? And very important, the proposal form forms the basis of the insurance contract. Okay? And if there's any dispute, it got to be read together with the policy, proposal form and policy to be read together. Okay, why do we have various types of proposal form? Why not, as I said earlier, a generic proposal form for anything you want to insure? I just give you one proposal form. You can just write what you want to insure. Fire lah, motor lah, burglary. Okay. The reason why we come up with various types of proposal form is because each class have their own unique questions to be answered. So if I have one generic form, my proposal form may be so many pages, and then a client is only taking up motor insurance, there's only one section. So to help run the business more efficiently, we come up with various types of proposal form. Okay, if I were to have one proposal form for all my class, you will find that maybe the proposal form is this thick, and the client will have to go through all the questions and answer the appropriate form. Okay, it's inconvenient to the customer. Number two, it's costly to the insurer to produce the whole thing, which is only actually perhaps one page is used. Right? So that's one of the reasons why we have various types of proposal form. Okay, but the most important thing is each class of business have their unique question to ask. Right? Like, for example, if a health insurance proposal form, we will definitely ask about your health condition. Okay? In a fire proposal form, we don't need to know about the health condition of the insured. Right? In a proposal form, okay, these are the common things that you will find in the proposal form. Okay, number one, of course, we want to know who is the proposer, who is submitting the application. Okay, number two, we want to know the address. Okay, if it is a property, covering a property, where is a specific location, we want to know the location. Right? We also want to know the occupation of the premises involved. Okay? Claim history and the subject matter. Okay? This information is typically for property insurance. Right? Property insurance. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, name is because we want to know who is the customer. Why do we need address? Why do you think insurance company ask for address? Yes, a point of contact. Okay, if I want to communicate with the insured, I don't have an address. Where do I send the document to? So we have a point of contact. Okay. Risk location. Why is risk location important? Then I know exactly where the property is.
To identify the level of
Yes, identify the property. Where is it? Okay. Occupation. Why do I need to know the occupation? For tariff plus to pick the correct tariff rate. Right? Claim history. Why do you ask for claim history? You can see my car is downstairs. Why you need to know my claim history? Loading, whether insurable, whether it's a good high risk, low risk, medium risk, right? For claim history. Subject matter to be insured. Alright, to subject matter, this is the property. To identify which is the property I want to cover insurance. Okay, some people may have more than one house. So I buy a fire policy for a house. So which house? Or I may have more than one car. So I need to identify what's the car number. Okay, the details of that vehicle subject matter. Then I also need the sum insured. Okay? Why sum insured? That is the liability or benefit the insured is entitled to. Liability to the company. This is my exposure. As far as the insured is concerned, this is what my compensation can be. I can expect compensation up to this value of sum insured. Okay, but always remember sum insured is subject to indemnity. Okay, declaration. Why does a proposal form always ask the client to declare? Okay. Okay. The insured is the one who knows about his property. So he has to declare, insurer, I don't know our property, I depend on your information for me to do the underwriting. Right? So that's how to declare. Okay. Signature and date. Why is signature and date required in the proposal form? Signify that there are two things here. Signify that the insured is the person who submit this application form and the date he submit. Okay. Last time I have one case. It is regarding a bond, a performance bond. Okay. The insured submit a document to us, signed, undated. And then, unfortunately, this particular case, there was a call on the bond. So when we go through a document, we find that, this document incomplete, no date. So we need to, and not stamp. So we put the date and go and stamp for stamping. Okay? Sorry? Then, went to court. Okay, not went to court. We paid the bond call, we paid, then we want to subrogate our loss from the guarantor. Okay? Guarantor say, this form is signed on this date I am not in Malaysia. I can prove to you my passport, I am overseas. So we are unsuccessful in seeking recovery. So the date is important. As far as the proposal form is concerned, those who handle proposal form, you will notice that there are a lot of questions. Right? And it's very common that you find some questions not answered. Right? So it's always important to know that the proposal form must be answered fully.
That isn't true.
Sorry?
That's not true.
Not true. Okay, never mind. We will discuss. Right? It makes the class more interesting. The proposal form is also an attempt to put on record the proposal warrants that the statement given is true, and therefore, if there is any misrepresentation or non-disclosure, the misstatement will render the insurance contract void. Okay, basically, it is a document to show that, okay, this is what you declare, this is what you tell me, and if there's any misstatement, this is what it shows. Okay, come back to Alex's point to say that it's not necessary to answer the question in full. Is it? That's what?
Necessary to answer all of the questions.
Yeah.
It's not necessary to answer all of them in full. It's preferable, but that just doesn't happen. That's not how things work.
Okay. Okay. Everybody agree? As for the sake of just discussion,
Ideally, that would happen,
okay.
but the reality is different.
Yes, reality is that people don't answer in full. Now, what is the consequence of that? If you see a proposal form not answered in full, and you just accept the risk based on what it is.
You would either request specific, if it depends on what they didn't fill in. If what they didn't fill in is not material, then it's probably fine. But if there are material facts that you need to clarify, then you would probably go back to the insured and ask them.
Okay. The rule of thumb is, if there's any question unanswered, the rule of thumb is, if the insurer don't pursue further, okay, then the insurer has been deemed to have waived their right to ask question, and they have been denied the what they call that, the option of, as Alex say, whether to say that that fact is material or not material. They have denied their right. They have waived their right. So they cannot later on say, oh, this is material to me. You didn't declare. Okay, that is the only consequence. As far as the insured is concerned, it's okay. It's the insurer. We need to protect ourselves to say that, okay, if there's not answered, we come back to you. You don't come back to you, is considered as we agree to accept your risk based on what you told me. Subsequently, if there is a misstatement, I cannot say, sorry, I'm not paying because you have not answered this question. That is the only setback for insurer. Okay? So preferably, preferably you answer all the questions. Okay? Normally at the end part of the proposal form, you have this declaration to say that you should say that he declared that whatever information he provided to you is true to the best of his knowledge. Okay. When a proposal form is presented to an underwriter, does not equate to automatic acceptance. Okay, does not equate to automatic acceptance. The contract will only be considered as complete when the insurer indicates in writing to the proposal by either issuing a policy. Okay, if the policy is slow, most of the time we come up with a provisional policy which is called cover note. Cover note is called a provisional policy.